Hey there folks, and welcome to a quick little video where I want to cover some new updates that have come in the 1.1 experimental versions of Factorio, and there's two, well, kind of three. Two of them are combined in a way, but two big separate updates and changes that have been done in some of the recent subversions of 1.1, and they're absolutely fantastic. So hopefully 1.1 comes out stable. Hopefully they have a stable candidate soon and actually release a stable version, so anyone not running experimental versions can play around with these because they are fantastic. So the first one we're going to cover is the new train menu. So we have a new train GUI here, and it's not like it doesn't necessarily bring a ton of new features as much as quality of life visual updates. One nice thing is that I noticed right off the bat is it shows you here how many trains you have and how many stations you have. It didn't used to do that, at least not that I recall. So you never really knew how many trains you actually had. But here it just shows us. So we have 6 trains, we have 12 stations. Makes sense. Most of my stuff, there's a pickup location, a drop-off location. Another nice thing is just the way this displays here, where it's now showing, it's just showing pretty simply coal outpost, coal drop-off, copper drop-off to copper outpost, iron outpost, iron drop-off, etc., etc. And it shows some of these, it shows the trains here. So if I actually click one, this is the one that's showing right here. And then if we go over here to stations, again, this is showing each one. I imagine that there's a setting probably where we can go in and have it show more than this, but it's really nice. You can see this in view. Being able to see this actually move in this view is not a new thing. But just overall, the menu just looks really nice. There's a search button, of course. Some things to play around with as well. Also, a nice thing is it shows like how many trains are set per. So, for example, most of these are just one that's like sitting here. But then like iron, it has 2 here because I actually have 2 stations named the same thing and 2 trains going to the stations using the train stop train limit, which is pretty nice. So you guys may find some more features in here. I just kind of wanted to bring it to your attention that there is a new train menu and some cool stuff to look around with that. Now, probably what I am actually even more excited about than that is some new belt features. And there's 2 main belt building features that are absolutely fantastic, and I think that some people that use mods for previously now maybe no longer need to. So the first one, we'll start with the biggest one actually, is they've made it so that belts, if you are just dragging a belt, it will automatically build underground belts to go under any obstacle. So previously, obviously I can't really show it here since the new feature is in place, but previously if I were to just drag this belt across here, it would mess everything up. It would just create a straight line through here, mess this all up, screw up the bus. So I would have to do something like this where I'd go like this, and then here. Now has been the feature where I could just kind of do this with underground belts, but it required you to switch belts, etc., etc. But now if we go ahead and just have, let's actually do it over here, see how this works. If I just take this and I just walk with it without even switching, this should theoretically, I've tested it, place underground belts under every obstacle. Look at that, boom. That easy, we've just crossed the entire bus. There's no need to like space out visually, like, well, does this line up here? And then switch between undergrounds, etc. You just walk with the belt, and it will put underground belts under every single obstacle. And this is an absolutely brilliant feature. I love this so much. And you can kind of do it. This is better because, like I said, previously there was the feature, and there still is, where you can just walk with the underground belts and they'll auto connect. But the problem with that is for kind of weird sections, like in my bus where I actually have just 2 lanes of circuits instead of 4 lanes of everything. It works great for this, but then since this is supposed to be, because they would connect at max distance, so then we get this type of, shenanigans, which is, messes everything up. Whereas now you can just walk with the normal belt, and it will just put undergrounds under the obstacles, regardless of the width of the obstacle as long as it's obviously within the distance that undergrounds will reach. So this is just super nice, you know? So if I just, well, that's an underground. If I just like do this, boom, it's just undergrounding under every single thing instead of, especially this is a great case because for something like this, you would actually have to switch back and forth. Whereas the bus, you know, you would mostly be doing undergrounds, but this one you'd have to underground, above ground, underground, above ground, etc., etc. This, you don't even have to do that now. It's absolutely brilliant, super exciting. And then the other thing is with the belt dragging and locking. So if you, this is enabled by default, but you can turn it off. They've made it, this is not a new feature, but in I think 1.0 or 1.1 earlier version, they made it so this locks to a plane, so you can see I'm moving my mouse up and down. It doesn't move, which is really nice for drawing straight belts. But now what they've introduced is the ability to actually turn this while you're doing it. And it's a little finicky, a little hard to get used to. I had to do it a couple tries. It does it, you hit R to rotate while you're doing it, but it also bases it off of your mouse pointer location. So, for example, if I just hit R, right now it's doing nothing because my mouse isn't going anywhere. But if I do this and then move my mouse, you know, I'm pulling left right now, and I do R, it's going to turn it. And you can see kind of, it's actually drawing this in sections now, which is pretty cool, actually. So if I do this and then just do this, it, you know, obviously it's out of my build range at this point, but this is actually really nice to just, I don't have to like let go of my mouse or anything, and then it's just undergrounding under everything as well. Obviously that messes it up because it's on a corner, but you can actually do between the underground thing as well as the ability to rotate, you have a lot more ability to build belts, I think, without having to switch keys, you know, let go of your mouse, you know, press again, etc. Just some absolutely fantastic quality of life stuff, guys. I just wanted to bring these to your attention if you weren't aware. If you're playing on stable, you won't have these, I don't think, because I don't think they've come out with a full stable 1.1 version, but I think they're very close. I've seen a few devs say that several of the versions could be stable candidates. So they are getting very close to that. Probably shouldn't be too long. If you're on experimental, then I think this was done, the belt one I think was done in, I want to say like 1.1.8 or 0.12, and the train one was done I think a little bit before that. But the belt one, in my opinion, is the really, really cool, important one here. And there are, just really quickly to close this out, there are some things we go into, I think it's interface. Yeah, so I just searched here for interaction under your interface settings. Lock, belt building a straight line. This is something that's been in for a while. You can uncheck that if you want. And then the smart belt dragging is what I was showing with the underground belts. And you can turn that on and off if for some reason you don't want that on. But there you go, guys. Just want to let you know. Hopefully you found this helpful, and if I miss anything important with these, let me know. This was what I'm aware of what these features do. Obviously, there's some more use applications than what I've shown, but it's just brilliant. I really love it. If you did enjoy it, like, appreciate it. Leave your thoughts below, and let me know what you think of these. And then if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to keep up with all the content. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and to take care.